In November 2022, the crypto world stood stunned as FTX, once the crowned king of exchanges, sank like a ship beneath its own promise in under 72 hours. Founded just 4 years earlier by Sam Bankman-Fried, nicknamed SBF, FTX boasted massive trading volume, celebrity backers, and an image of rock-solid reliability. Yet behind the scenes, cracks spread faster than anyone could react. Today, we'll tell the real-life thriller of FTX, its rise, the hidden dangers, and the sudden plunge into bankruptcy. Sam Bankman-Fried started as a math genius and Wall Street quant who believed crypto needed a smoother home. In 2019, he launched FTX, a platform every trader wished for: advanced orders, built-in leverage, and a clean interface. While rivals battled outages and hacks, FTX promised smooth service and 24/7 uptime. Word spread, hedge funds, big investors, celebrities, and even athletes joined in. By early 2022, FTX handled over $10 billion every day, held billions in deposits, and even did a lot of charity work, like the Earn to Give program. To the public, SBF was the world's most generous crypto boss. Wearing flip-flops, living simply, giving away millions to charity. He spoke at conferences about ethics and finance and won trust with his nerdy, laid-back style.
He's worth like $20 billion or something.
I mean, first of all, his appearance, he's only 29 years old, and he typically wears a t-shirt or a sweatshirt that has the FTX logo on it, khaki shorts.
Very often when people get wealthy, they buy fancy suits and so forth. You haven't gone to that phase yet, right?
Not so much.
But behind that friendly smile, he was building a private empire. Sam poured customer deposits into Alameda Research, his sister trading firm, and used those funds to back big trades and inflate FTX's own token, FTT. Meanwhile, he bought luxury real estate, multi-million-dollar condos in the Bahamas and Silicon Valley mansions, on money that, in theory, belonged to users who thought their funds were safe. Alameda Research wasn't just a side project, it was FTX's secret weapon and greatest weakness. The two companies shared staff, data, and bank accounts. Alameda got special perks on FTX, higher leverage limits, and early access to new tokens. Every time FTX collected fees, a chunk flowed to Alameda's trading book. Customer deposits backed Alameda's risky bets on liquid tokens, creating a dangerous feedback loop. As long as crypto prices rose, the system held together. But it was a house of cards. One big move, and the whole thing would crash. Trouble first surfaced in May 2022 when CoinDesk leaked Alameda's balance sheet and showed 2/3 of its assets were in FTT, FTX's own token. In plain terms, Alameda's wealth depended on FTT's price, which FTX itself could drive up. Critics warned of a conflict of interest. Then rumors spread that FTX was using customer money to finance Alameda's trades. FTX responded with a blog post calling the claims misleading and offered a proof of reserve audit that never quite materialized.
Prior to Alameda, I wasn't running Alameda, but I can now go back and take a guess at what, where they were ultimately spent.
Meanwhile, nerves grew. Traders whispered, "Are my funds really safe?" A quick break to thank our sponsor who makes these videos possible. If you don't want to be left behind by today's fast-moving markets, meet the Alchemist. It's a plug-and-play trading robot for MetaTrader 4 that runs 100% on autopilot. Just connect it to your broker of choice and let it scan currency pairs for high-probability setups. Powered by thousands of lines of code, users can enjoy hands-free returns of 2 to 5% per month with full control over every trade and round-the-clock support. Click the link in the description to get your automated trading software and use code COLLAPSE at checkout for 10% off any plan. Now let's get back to this incredible story of the FTX collapse. On November 6, 2022, Changpeng Zhao, founder of rival exchange Binance, announced he'd sell his $580 million stake in FTT tokens. That single tweet set off a panic. Within hours, FTX's withdrawal lines were flooded. The site began to load slowly, then struggled to process requests. By November 8th, FTX had paused all customer withdrawals. 3 days later, it filed for bankruptcy.
Now, they're crashing.
You may have heard about FTX, but it isn't the only crypto company that's in hot water for leaving hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of customers in a really bad financial spot.
By declaring bankruptcy this week, it spent millions making sure its name was seen and known.
In just 72 hours, the king of crypto exchanges vanished, taking over $8 billion in customer assets with it. Shortly after FTX's collapse, Caroline Ellison, former CEO of Alameda Research and Sam Bankman-Fried's on-and-off girlfriend, cut a deal with prosecutors. In December 2022, she pleaded guilty to fraud charges and agreed to testify against SBF, laying out how customer deposits were funneled into Alameda Research. Her cooperation proved everything. In November 2023, a jury found Sam Bankman-Fried guilty on 7 counts of fraud and conspiracy. And on March 28, 2024, he was sentenced to 25 years in federal prison. Ellison, on the other hand, received a 2-year term in exchange for her testimony. FTX's collapse left customers locked out of accounts. Not only big players, but also retirees and small traders staring at empty balances. Regulators in the US and Bahamas opened investigations into misuse of funds, insider loans, and lack of proper checks. Lawmakers called for stricter rules on how exchanges hold customer cash. From the wreckage rose a simple truth: exchanges must keep customer assets separate from their own trading. Trust can't be built on promises or blog posts. It needs clear audits and real firewalls between user deposits and a firm's own deals. In the end, the FTX story is a stark reminder that in the fast-moving world of crypto, safety should not be only a slogan. We need real transparency and rules. Thanks for watching, and until then, I will see you in the next one.